Hello, Kathy. Hello, Teresa.
Hello.
Good. Oh, I guess it's bare one more minute of good morning.
Okay, let's see it pass. Good morning.
All right. Michaela's here, but I don't think she's got her sound up yet. Oh, boy. It turned cold here overnight.
Lucky you,
I
I
know.
think, right?
Cold. I mean, it was 85, 86 here yesterday, which is like 100 to Oregonians. And today it's 68.
Oh, nice.
It's crazy
Yeah.
and cloudy.
Yeah, we had some clouds this morning, which made for slowly warming up. So it was nice out this morning.
Yeah. All right. Kathy, can I make you co-host to let
Certainly.
anybody come in?
Certainly.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Welcome, Moira. Welcome, Ronnie. Hopefully, Michaela will come back to us here before anything else, but I just want to honor everybody that's here on time. So let's get this party started. Day 3. I can hardly believe it. So let me share my screen. I don't even know how I get those to pop up, which is really interesting. Even if I tried, I couldn't. So, okay, day 3. And oh my gosh. So here we go. Before we kind of dive back in, I just want to look at what we have already done in the last 2 days. So, day 1, we started to see how you've been negotiating with yourself. You saw that the voice that's been telling you it's too late, I'm not enough, you can't trust yourself, wasn't actually the truth. It was just a program, your subconscious running on autopilot, making deals on your behalf without your permission. Then day 2, yesterday, we went a little deeper and we started to identify the specific core beliefs that have been running the show. And you trace them. You kind of trace the ripple effect. You saw how one negotiation has been shaping your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, your results for sometimes years. So that's not small work. Most people will never get there, never get to doing that kind of work. People will just stay busy. They'll stay on that wheel. If you remember from day 1, that hamster wheel, just moving faster, pushing harder, wondering why things don't get better. But you didn't do that. So drop a yes in the chat if you are tired of the negotiations. Let's hear it because I want to hear from you. What has shifted? What has landed? Yes, yes, yes. I love it. All right. What are you seeing differently this morning that maybe, or afternoon, that you couldn't see 2 days ago? So just take a minute. We'll just take a breath here and drop it in the chat because just look at what are you seeing differently this morning that you weren't on Monday? Because what you're experiencing right now is just the beginning of something, not the end of a negotiation you've been having with yourself. It's the beginning of what's possible when that negotiation stops. So, what are you seeing differently now? Just drop it. Maybe it's a word. Okay, maybe it's more. Great. Thanks, Ronnie. See a new confidence in me stepping forward. Yes, yes, yes. Love this. I had a conversation with someone who wants to partner with me moving forward. It's great. Who else? What have you seen differently this morning that you didn't see or even couldn't see 2 days ago? We need that Jeopardy music. Dun 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 dun. Okay, enough of that. I look at tasks differently. Yes. It really is interesting that when you start to clear the mental noise, that you become more effective. You don't realize how much of the noise that your subconscious has going in the background impacts your productivity. So you will get more done in less time. Kathy says, intercepting the thought before it derails me. Yeah. Being more aware. Yes. Awesome. All right. Great job, everybody. We are going to get into it. Are you ready? So, 2 days, um, we've been talking about this belief, these, well, not just one belief, maybe many beliefs, right? Naming it, tracing it, seeing how it's been running the show. And today we stopped talking about it because here's the truth. You can't think your way out of this. You can't think your way out of this. You can't will your way out of this. You have to go really to the source. What we're about to do is not a meditation. It's not hypnosis. It's not talk therapy. It's not positive thinking with a better branding. Okay. This is real direct work at the root level, your subconscious level, where the belief actually lives. And here's what I want you to know going in. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to know where this belief came from. You don't have to relive anything painful or dig through your past. We don't have to do any of that. You just have to be willing to let something shift. And quite frankly, I'm not even sure you have to be willing to do that because your subconscious and your superconscious are going to work together anyway, whether you're willing or not. But I suspect that you are. So that's your only job right now is to sit back and relax. So I want you to maybe get comfortable, grab some water if you don't have it. You may want to have a notepad with you. And just look at maybe what is the belief that you have has been most prominent for you over the last few days. That one that maybe you wrote down. I think that was on day one, sorry. So, because in the next few minutes, you're going to get a real taste of what it feels like when that belief loses its charge, when the negotiation goes quiet, when you can finally hear what's been underneath it all along. So, type ready in the chat if you're ready to go. Ready. Awesome. Yes. Ready, ready, ready. All right. Okay, everybody. We'll just take a breath here. So I invite you now. I want to do something that we've spent the last 2 days talking about. This belief, this ceiling, and I want to show you what it's like on the other side. And this is going to feel different, probably than anything that you've done so far. Definitely different from what we've already done. So just want you to follow along. No analyzing, no comparing it to, oh, this is like, that's what our brains like to do. We want to find that familiar, right? Oh, this feels like this. This must be what she's doing. Or, oh, I think I've done that before. Don't go there. Just allow yourself to be in this moment without analyzing it, without figuring it out, without comparing it to something. Just give yourself this gift of being here right now. So get comfortable and we are going to get started. So I want you to think about that something that you want and go ahead and close your eyes if that feels comfortable. And take some conscious breaths and just breathe slowing down, maybe a little bit deeper, maybe a little bit slower, breathing into your heart space. If it feels comfortable, maybe putting your hands on your heart and just notice. Just notice how things start to slow down. And now I really invite you to think about something that you want, not something that you think is realistic, but something that you really want. Maybe it's something that you have really wanted, you stop talking about it, or you start settling for something. I want you to ask yourself, what is it that I really want? Maybe there's a feeling in there. Maybe it's a version of your life. Maybe it's a real tangible thing. Maybe it's something you stopped letting yourself want a long time ago. So just take a moment, let it come up. Now, I invite you to state it as if it's already true, not as a wish, not as a someday, but as a fact. I am happy. I have a successful business. I've created a life I love. I've bought a home, whatever it is. State it as a fact about who you are and what you have. I am, or I have, or I create. I'm the woman who, fill in the blank, whatever fits. And just state it to yourself or even out loud. Very powerful to do it out loud. Just make sure you're on mute. I think you're all on mute. And just notice now what comes up as you state that. Yes, Michaela. So state it like I am living again. I am living again. And what does that look like? And just as you state that, just notice what's arising. Maybe as you say it to yourself out loud, it may come in a different way. That's okay too. Just notice. And you may even notice that there's some resistance. Your subconscious is being threatened right now. So those different aspects of you may be trying to pull you back down. No, you can't have that. Don't you know we've been doing it this way? So just notice that resistance or doubt or that familiar voice that shows up with the list of reasons why you can't have that. And that's okay. That's just old negotiation tactics, doing what it always does. And we're not going to fight it today. We're going underneath it. So just take a nice deep breath in. And I want you to focus on that statement again. And this time, I want you to ask your super conscious, what I call your super conscious, so your higher mind, the quantum field for those of you who are, whatever that is, it's the place where all things are possible. And I want you to ask that superconscious to treat all of those subconscious beliefs, all of that noise that may have come up as you started to create what it is that you really want. So, superconscious, please treat all this resistance, all this noise, all the different parts and aspects of me that don't belong to me now, that weren't created. They were created maybe when I was 5 years old. Maybe they weren't even mine to begin with. Superconscious, just treat those, neutralize those, rewire those. Rewire every piece of resistance, every doubt, every old memory that says that what I want isn't for me or isn't possible. Thank you, superconscious. Thank you. Thank you. And just keep treating those different parts of me that have kept me small, kept me bumping up against that same invisible ceiling, telling me that I can't. Just treat those memories, treat those beliefs. And then superconscious, do a massive change history and everything after that in all levels of memory. And just breathe, take a nice deep breath in, staying with that statement. I am, I have, whatever your statement is. Just whatever needs to move, allow it to move. Just continue to state that statement. And you may want to add in saying the statement out loud and it feels like, and then add in what it feels like and just let that warm you, embrace you. Just notice what it feels like. And when that starts to dissipate, just say it again. Say your statement and it feels like, and just noticing all that's arising. I'm going to be quiet for a minute so you can just be in that. Just notice. So now your superconscious knows exactly what to do. You don't even have to direct it. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to stay present. Just let it work. Keep going. Keep breathing, using that conscious breath. And just notice now. Go ahead and come back to your statement and notice if it feels any different from where you started when you first created this. Just even slightly, even just a small shift in the resistance, a small shift in believing that it's possible. That shift is real. It's not your imagination. And that's what happens when you go to the root instead of managing the surface where you power through. So just be present with it. Notice the shifts. Now I'm going to take you somewhere else. So with your statement, just noticing your statement, say your statement, stay with it. And I want you to feel into what it would actually feel like to live day to day from that place. Not when everything's perfect, not when you've done all the work or earned the permission or worked hard enough, but right now, how would it actually feel to live from that place? Maybe see yourself if you're a visualizer. Maybe there's a screen in your mind. You can see yourself moving through your day as this woman that you've created. What does it feel like? What does it feel like in your body when this is just who you are? And when you wake up in the morning, what does it look like? Do you have new practices in place? Do you have new things? Do you just feel like I'm alive? How do you move through your day? What decisions do you make easily that used to feel impossible? How do you show up? How do you speak? What are you no longer negotiating? Let it get specific. Let it get real. As you move through your day, where do you have lunch? Do you eat differently? Are there things that you no longer do that you used to do? How do you talk to yourself? Are you more loving, gentle? Are you more connected, trusting? And you may even allow it to get bigger than you're even comfortable with. That's okay. Don't rush this. This is your superconscious showing you what's actually available, not a fantasy, not wishful thinking, a real preview of what exists on the other side of the belief that you identified yesterday or Monday, even. Now go ahead and state your statement one more time and just notice how it lands for you now. How does it feel compared to when we started? And just take a breath. Come back to the room, maybe look around, get yourself grounded back here, eyes open. What are you noticing? What shifted? What feels different? Drop it in the chat. I want to hear from you. What notice? What did you notice? Was there anything that shifted? I know it's rough to come back to this after being in that space, but just look, what shifted? Take a drink of water, come back, look about the room. What shifted? What did you experience? Drop it in the chat. Did you find more peace or calm, or did it become more real? A profound sense of freedom. Ooh, love that, Teresa. Hmm. Freedom is good. I'm in full control of my life and take Fridays as my beach day. It's great. It's wonderful when you can really start to create something that wasn't there. A sudden brilliance appeared, like connecting with something much bigger than me. Ooh, yes. So thank you, everybody that shared. This right here, what you just experienced, that's not just a technique. It's not positive thinking. That's your superconscious doing what it was designed to do when you stop negotiating long enough to let it work. And we've only barely scratched the surface. So this is the power of this work. So what you just felt, that clarity, the freedom, the something bigger than me, the new ideas, that moment where the noise started to go quiet and you could actually start to hear yourself, that is not a workshop high, my friends. That's not motivation. That wears off by Friday. That's what it feels like when the negotiation stops. Can you feel the difference? You can just raise your hand. I can see you. Yeah. So look at how many people out of all of us here raising their hands. This wasn't some magic. This wasn't filling something in, right? All of you felt something. And that was your superconscious doing what it does when you get out of its way. And here's what I want you to sit with. Most of you have been chasing some version of that feeling, maybe your whole life. That freedom or connecting to something bigger or the allowing of creation that maybe you never allowed yourself to have. And through the courses, the certifications, the strategies, the programs, all of those didn't get you there. Not because those things were wrong or not that they weren't even useful, but because none of them touched what was actually in the way. So what I thought, here's the truth. All right, I learned this the hard way. We don't chase our goals because we want the goal. We chase the goals because achieving them would finally prove something about ourselves. That we're enough, that we were right to believe in ourselves, that it's not too late after all. So every goal has been carrying some weight. And after working with people, especially women in midlife for so long now, I know that sometimes we've just stopped creating goals altogether because they're so heavy. And that's why the negotiation never stopped, because you weren't trying to just get somewhere. You were trying to become someone your subconscious would finally accept. So can you see that? Type yes if you get that. Does that land? Yeah. Yeah. Great. So that right there, that recognition, that's the beginning of everything changing. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. So here's what becomes possible when you stop trying to prove yourself and start actually reconfiguring what's been running the show. What if instead of spending another year pushing harder against that same ceiling that you've just removed, and actually just remove it, not manage it, not reframe it, not learn to work around it, but remove it. That's the work I do. And I would love to talk about that to you right now. So are you open to hearing about my work? If that's a yes, type yes in the chat. You know, I want to keep you engaged here. Look, yes. Because what I'm about to share changed everything for me. And I believe that it can do the same for you. So thank you. So why I do what I do, I've spent the better part of my life doing personal development and transformational work, more than 40 years. Speaking from stages, training hundreds of people, helping others unlock their lives, and still something was running underneath all of it that I couldn't see. So here's what my days look like. In the year leading up to my 60th birthday, I would wake up, I would meditate, I'd make my tea, I'd do things around the house until I couldn't put it off any longer. And then I would finally walk into my office to work and I would get to my desk. I would do the bare minimum. I would fuss around on the internet, Facebook, random stuff. I'm sure no one understands that. And after that, the very hard day that I would tell myself I just had, whew, I worked so hard today, time to cut off. Inside, I knew I was lying to myself. And then I'd go grab my glass of wine and the numbing would begin. I'd sit in front of the TV, sipping away until finally it was time to go to bed, pretending I'd had this very productive day. And the next day, I would get up and meditate, get into my office, fluff around, get the wine, watch TV, go to bed. And then the next day, I'd get up and I would meditate and I'd fluff around in the office and I'd get the wine and I'd TV and go to bed. And then the next day, say it with me, I'd get up, go to bed, or get up, meditate, fluff around, get the wine, go to bed. You get it. Anybody seeing themselves in some version of that? Yeah. The entire year leading up to my 60th was filled with days like this. And the added weight of it all was, is this how the rest of my life is going to be? I can't start over. It's too late. This is just my life. Shit, this is it. And on the night of my 60th, which of course should be some big celebration, I did have some relief that I had actually made it to 60. But I was sitting at home, martini in hand, watching Mountain Men by myself because at this time I didn't really have any friends here in Eugene. But I had decided to celebrate because why not? So there I got to tell myself all kinds of lies back then. So there I sat pretending I was celebrating while really throwing myself the most epic pity party, getting a little tipsy, and then something happened in the middle of that. There was a whisper, and that whisper said, "It's never too late unless you quit." And it was a little bit like being hit upside the head with a 2x4. And the following days and weeks, and really up to a full year, I did what apparently you do when you're in quicksand. I leaned back. Note to self, this is really what you do if you ever find yourself in quicksand, okay? You lean back and you pull one leg out. I closed my business. I got back in the gym. Then I pulled another leg out and I started creating the life and business I actually wanted. I've just now almost 2 years since that night on the sofa. And here's what I want you to know. Shit still happens in life. Life still shows up. It keeps lifing, but the subconscious still comes knocking. It still tries to keep me safe. It still tries to pull me back into the familiar. The difference is how I relate to it now. When it shows up, I don't negotiate with it. I don't collapse. I don't pour a glass of wine. I don't sit in front of the TV. I connect to my superconscious and I create and I keep going. Because the work that I've done didn't make my life perfect, it did make it unshakable. And I knew there were other women just like me who were capable and driven and accomplished and still somehow were stuck in their own version of that loop. So I created something for them and I have something I'd love to share. So let me go about this. I want to remind you of these statistics that we started with at the beginning. 66% of women struggle with the loss of purpose and enthusiasm for life. 76 says that there's a bigger regret in not becoming who they believe they could be. 1 in 2 women have given up on their dreams altogether, and 72% say their biggest regrets are tied to unrealized. I don't know how I keep doing that. The regrets that are tied to their unrealized dreams, unrealized potential, and unrealized possibilities. So here's some more. So type yes in the chat if you can relate to any of these. 53% of women have experienced unfounded self-doubt, feeling underqualified, even when everything they've built says otherwise. 62% of women have rarely experienced the true confidence in their lifetime. Rarely, not sometimes, rarely. Is that you? 60% of women have put off starting something they really wanted because of self-doubt. Something they really wanted, put off, never did, because of a voice in their head that said, not yet, not now, not me. 75% of women experience self-doubt. 3 out of 4 women, that is 3 out of 4 women sitting in their own capability, doubting it anyway. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. Just let that sink in. That means most of you here, that would be you, statistically. That's frightening to me. And I want you to really let that land. This is not a confidence problem. This is not a strategy problem. This isn't a discipline problem. This is what the negotiation costs you every single day in your life, in your joy, in your sense of who you actually are and what you're actually capable. And here's the question I want you to sit with. How much longer are you willing to pay the price? Another day, another month, another year, the rest of your lifetime? Put it in the chat. No more. Yeah. So the problem is your freaking subconscious. It's not your fault. This is what we've been talking about for the last few days. And not that you see it, now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Every time you start getting jammed up or start seeing the resistance, you're going to go, there's that subconscious Georgiana told me about. And this is the impact of your subconscious. This is what we've been talking about all week. And now you have to make a choice on whether you're going to do something about it or not. So, want to share with you about the Elevation Lab. This is where you stop running the same loops. And in 4 months, you'll step out of that neurological quicksand, break free from the invisible ceiling that keeps you stuck, and finally create what you've been putting off. Are you ready to have your dreams come alive again? Are you ready to feel like there are actually loads of possibilities for you? And that you can go after what you want and that it's not too late? Type yes. Who's with me? So, if you're ready to get rid of the beliefs that have been sabotaging you, I love this. Yes, 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 yes. If you're ready to get rid of the beliefs that have been sabotaging, are you ready to become the woman that you have always wanted to become? If you said yes to any of these, then the Elevation Lab is for you. So if you're ready to experience your world in a new way, this is for you. If you're ready to live from a new inner sense of fulfillment, joy, satisfaction that is aligned with and attuned with and uncompromised, are you ready to live uncompromised? So this is Sarah. She's in the Elevation Lab, and I got this text one day. It says, I thought I should share this with you because I was thinking it this morning. You are seriously on fire with your new coaching program. The info has been so useful. I honestly couldn't even remember some of the blockages I used to have. I tried to explain it to Dave, her husband, and couldn't even find the memory in my brain. So good. This is what happens. These subconscious beliefs, when they're neutralized, sometimes you can't even find them. Like, what was that belief? And this is Teresa here, who did the workshop before, and she said this workshop was amazing. Something clicked for me, and I really realized how much energy I was giving to others. And with Georgiana's help, I stopped worrying about what anyone else was thinking, saying, or doing, and decided to stay in my own lane. It was crazy. I felt an immediate sense of relief, and by the third day found myself with literally more time than I needed for my daily tasks. Who knew that worrying about others was a huge waste of time? This is the kind of results that people get. Unbelievable. So I want you to imagine something for a moment. Imagine waking up on Monday morning and this coming Monday, and you feel good, like really good. You open your eyes and there's this sense of peace, of knowing, of excitement for what the day holds. You get up with energy, with purpose, with a clarity that just feels natural. You move through your day, it's flowing. Decisions are easy. Ideas come freely. You show up fully, confidently as yourself. You go to bed that night feeling like, whoo, I just had the best effing day ever. Like you lived that day on purpose. And then Tuesday comes and it feels the same way. And Wednesday and Thursday, not because life is perfect, but because you are finally unshakable inside of it. And that's exactly what the Elevation Lab is designed for. So I want you to sit in that feeling of what you just imagined, waking up on that Monday morning. That's what the Elevation Lab gives you. Relief from carrying everything alone because you won't be. You will have a community of women standing with you, going through it with you. How would it feel if you didn't have to carry everything alone? If you had a steady, grounded sense of self-trust that you can actually rely on, where you can trust in yourself again and create from a whole new world and have the emotional stability that supports clear, consistent action week after week, day after day, month after month, and have the capacity to hold more, be more successful in what you're doing at work, as a mom, a partner, a friend, with your creativity, your money, whatever it is. And to have a calm confidence what you're creating in and where you're going. You have this confidence. No more second guessing, no more waiting until you feel ready or you take another course or you get another certification or whatever that is. You have access to new possibilities that finally feel realistic, aligned, sustainable, not just a flash of excitement that disappears next week. You have freedom. Freedom from the core beliefs that have been making your decisions for you without your permission for years. The feeling of I'm back with myself, I know who I am, and I'm moving forward with certainty. So, are you ready to hear how we do it? This is the Elevation Lab. All right, so here's how we do it. We start the moment you join the Elevation Lab, you get a 90-minute, well, maybe not the moment, but the very beginning. You get a 90-minute one-on-one clarity intensive with me. I call it the collaboration. Calibration. Can't even read my own typing. Calibration intensive. Just you and me. So we unlock everything in from the start. We're going to lock in new ideas. We're going to unlock different beliefs. We get crystal clear on where you are, where you're going, and exactly what has been standing in the way. And we don't just talk about it, we start dismantling it right there in that very first session. And this is where we begin recoding the subconscious beliefs that have been running the show. This is where the negotiation starts to lose its power. So think of that little shift that you had today amplified by 1,000. This is the beginning of the uncompromised you. And then every week we have, typo. We have the activate and magnetize calls every Monday and Friday. And this is how we keep the momentum alive. You have access to our activate and magnetize calls. And before I tell you what they are, I just want to ask you something. How many of you know that left to your own devices, a week can go by and then another, and then another, and suddenly the momentum that you had is just gone? Raise your hand. How many know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So that's exactly what these calls are designed to prevent. Every week we come together to activate your vision, magnetize your next steps. This is where the creation happens. We also rewire, recode, and neutralize beliefs. This is where you stay locked into what you're building, where your weekly actions stay aligned with who you're becoming, not who you used to be. No more weeks that slip by unnoticed. No more losing the thread of what matters most. You show up, you activate, you move forward twice a week, every single week. And there's recordings of all of these. So if you wanted to do one every single day, you could do that too. It's a great way to start your day. Then we have the weekly labs for deep recalibration. So this is where the real recalibration happens. This isn't coaching. This isn't talking about your patterns. This is actually going directly into the subconscious resistance that's been blocking you and removing it. week by week, we identify what's running underneath the beliefs, the loops, the invisible rules that you've been living by without even knowing. And we recode them, not manage them, not reframe them, not talk about them until you understand them intellectually, recode them at the level that they actually live. This is where you get the freedom from those 11 core belief patterns that we talked about yesterday. The I'm unworthy, I'm not good enough, I don't belong, I can't trust myself, I'm insignificant, I'm powerless, I'm not capable, I need to be perfect, it's too late, it's not possible, or it's not possible for me, or I'm unlovable. One or more of those has been making decisions on your behalf for years, shows up in different ways. The labs is where we rewire those week by week, layer by layer. This is where the negotiation gets dismantled piece by piece. This is where the woman you imagined waking up as on that Monday morning starts to become the woman you actually are until the old operating system is simply no longer running at all. And then I bring in different monthly experts and I have special resources. You have access to that in our portal so that you can have, really bring up anything at any time. Oh my God, I wish I knew how to do that when I actually wanted to do it. It seems like a cool thing, but I still don't know. All right, so here's how it works. The Elevation Lab is a 4-month container, recalibration intensive, 90-minute private call. You get the 2 activate and magnetize calls a week with all the recordings. You can revisit the lab with the deep recalibration, also recorded. You can revisit monthly experts and special resources. Your investment is $19.97. And because you're in this workshop, I'm going to give you a $250 off gift for being here with me today. Now, I also know that there are women who are like, I need to make this move fast. I want more intense work. How can I work with you directly? So I got the Elevation Lab VIP. This is for you. If you're ready, you're like, I want more. I need to move. You get everything in the course. So you're still in the community. You get all those calls, but you have private access to me anytime during waking hours. Actually, even in non-waking hours, I just might not respond during those times. And then you also get monthly private calls with me. So this is where we really get to shape and create privately for you directly. And this is a $29.97 investment, and I'm going to give you a $350 gift for attending the workshop for this one. So all of this that you get. Now, this is Sarah again. She has been in the program. She was probably one of the very first people in the program. I think she was the very first person in the program, and she has been there for the last year. So people come back over and over. And she says, I went from autopilot to aligned. It's really changed her life. This is what's possible in this program. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to register for a free 30-minute discovery call. And this is, I have a real commitment that people that want to be in this program are ready for this program. I don't take it lightly when I have people take on this program because my word matters to me. You will transform. So let's talk and see if it's a great fit for you, if it's the right time. And for those of you who book your call today, not tomorrow, not on Monday, but today, I will give you an additional $100 bonus for booking your call, just booking your call. You're not saying I'm going to do the course, but if we are on a call and it's the right fit, you will get an additional $100 bonus. And the other thing I want you to know about this call is for you. This is not a big sales pitch that we're going to get on. You will get something of value for yourself in this call, whether you choose to sign up for the course or not. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute. How you can book that call is you can either go to www.connectwithgeo.com or you can just use the QR code and that will take you there too. So I'm going to just shut my mouth for a minute and give you a moment to book that call. Might as well. $100 bonus if you later find out, holy smokes, what was I thinking? Okay, so you want to take advantage of that. So make sure that you book your call. Oh, I said I was going to be quiet, didn't I? See, not possible in the world of possibilities. Maybe
Okay, be
not possible.
quiet.
But you say, Moira, you know me.
I said, okay, be quiet.
Yep. Okay.
I'm kidding.
I'm going to put on the music. Let's see if I can do that. Did they take that away or you can't do that? I don't know. Oh well, no music.
I think you have to share the screen like that with the sound before you share.
Well, there's something in here that it has its own music built in,
Oh, okay.
but I can't find it. Um, maybe because I'm sharing my screen, but oh well,
It's
no
okay.
music.
It's okay. Silence is good.
Silence is good. That's right. All right, you guys. So thank you for that. I can't wait to see y'all on the calls. So here's the homework for today. Book your discovery call. Ready? Book your discovery call. You have the rest of the day to get that call scheduled to receive the $100 off. And then again, share your key takeaway in the momentum room. You still have an opportunity to share a key takeaway from every single day for we will have, I told you there's a prize. So every time you put in the key takeaway, I will add in your name for the drawing and I will spin for that on Friday. And the person who wins that prize gets a 90-minute private call with me. Whether you're in the program or not, you're going to get a 90-minute call. We'll start to neutralize some of the beliefs, start to create. So you'll get a free 90-minute call with me. All right. Any questions? How about what ifs?
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the name of the process you did with us?
Well, I am a certified map method practitioner. So that's just something I created.
You
Map.
said map? Oh, okay.
Make
Thank you. I
anything
never.
possible. Make anything possible. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I use the map method. I use a lot of different tools. Been in transformation for 30 years and I'm also heart math certified. So I use a combination of all my tools to do that.
That was my takeaway.
Awesome. Any other questions, comments? All right. Are you guys getting value from this? You've seen some new things? Awesome. All right. Well, I will see you tomorrow, same time, same bat channel. Book your discovery call today, just in case, even if you're a no right now. Not that I'm going to talk you into anything, but just saying. Okay. And if you have questions or need anything, you can reach out to me on Facebook. And I will see you tomorrow. We're going to do another powerful exercise around creating your future self. So I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye-bye.